All right, so we just got back from a great day on the water, and I've got a pike here that I'm going to show you how to fillet. Now, pike get a bad rap for their dreaded Y bones, but it's super easy to get them out, and you get a perfect boneless fillet. So let's get started. And to start, it's just like any other fish, a 45-degree cut behind the head towards the backbone. Once you hit that backbone, turn your knife and run down the backbone till you hit the dorsal fins here. And once you hit the dorsal fins, you can go ahead and push the knife through so it comes out on both sides, angle it down, and then come out through the tail. You'll just kind of peel this fillet back and just make little cuts, peeling the fillet as you go, and just working your knife right along the backbone here. I'm just going to do that until you can get the fillet so it flips over. And I'm going over the ribs too. Pike have, ribs aren't a huge deal, so it's kind of easy to go around them. You don't lose any meat. All right, now when I've got the fish like this, I'll go ahead, poke the knife through right above that bottom fin, and go ahead and cut that off. Cut that off. All right, that's one side. Good to go. Now we're going to flip it over, do the same thing. All right, 45-degree cut behind the head to the backbone. Turn the knife, run it down. Hit the dorsal fins, poke the knife through, cut through the tail. All right. Flip her open and just make those subtle cuts. Peeling the fillet back as you go. You want to hug that backbone so you don't miss any meat. Okay, once you get to here, same thing. Poke the knife through right above that bottom fin and remove the fillet from the fish. All right, go ahead and discard this. Don't need that anymore, and I'm actually gonna take a paper towel and just wipe this up quick. Okay, all right, now it's time for the Y bones. And they're really simple, it's not that bad, so we'll just start here with this top fillet. And when you're looking on the pike, you can see the Y bones. They're gonna be above the bloodline, and they're gonna be right, basically from this top section, they're gonna run in the middle, and you can see them right here. And they run from the top of the head down to about the dorsal fin. How are you gonna start? Is you're gonna angle your knife 45 degrees towards the top of the fish, and you're going to cut above the Y bones. So 45-degree angle above the Y bones, and you're going to run that down all the way to where they stop right here at the dorsal fin. Once you've made that, you can the purpose of that cut is to be able to push that meat up so you can separate the section of Y bones from the actual fillet you want to keep. So now you're going to do the same cut 45 degrees towards the top of the fish below the Y bones. So you go down here, it's usually right next to the bloodline, so you can use that as a guide. So 45-degree cut, running through. And one thing you want to know is you're not going to want to cut all the way down to the fillet. You want to cut about 2/3 of the way down. So same cut, 2/3 of the way down, running just below the Y bones. Okay, it's right where they end. So now right here, this section is where the Y bones are. So what I like to do is I'll take just maybe the top, tip of my knife, maybe 1/2 inch, and I'm gonna make a really small cut just coming underneath the Y bones, and I'm cutting back down towards the bottom of the fillet. And you can hear occasionally you're gonna tick a Y bone or two. And this cut isn't really essential, but I like it because it helps you pry out the Y bones when it's time to remove them. So now that I did that, I can go ahead and you can take your knife and you can poke it through. And you can see I'm underneath the Y bones, and you can just work it all the way through to remove that section of meat that has the Y bones in it. Work it down to the tail. See, they occasionally want to catch that top end, so that's why you make that cut, so it's easy to pull it out. And then you just can finish this off here. There you go. Y bones out, perfectly boneless fillet. So go ahead and discard that. And now this is just like any other fillet. I go ahead and skin this, and I got a nice, boneless pike fillet. So I'll do that, and then I'll remove the Y bones on the other side. So go ahead and run this through, keep it a downward angle, and just kind of work up your hand as you're going. Just makes it easier to get a hold of. Okay, there we go. Remove that, no meat. And there it is. So you can see we took the Y bones out, and there's still that section of meat underneath that's kept. So I'll set that off to the side. I'll do the same thing on the other side. All right, now we're going to remove the Y bones on the other fillet. So you can see them running right along here, right above the bloodline. So in the angle from here towards the top, and they make a Y. So you start with that same 45-degree cut above the Y bones. And you're cutting towards the top of the fish. Run that down. Okay. You want that so you can kind of peel that piece of meat back. There we go, that's good. All right, now the same 45-degree cut underneath the Y bones, which is going to be pretty close to the bloodline. Once you've done that, now take just the tip of your knife, and you're going to make a subtle cut. You're not going very deep, but back towards the bottom of the fish, and this cut's going to help you peel out that piece when you go to remove the Y bones. So once you've done those 3 steps, you go ahead, poke the knife through. You can see I'm underneath the Y bones, and you just kind of slowly fillet them out. And occasionally, if you need to, you can make another cut here. It kind of helps to peel the Y bones from that top section. And the more you do this, the quicker you'll get, but once you start, go slow. And you'll find it really isn't that bad. You can just kind of go ahead, peel this section out. All right, there it is. Y bones are out. And now it's just like filleting any other fish. We're going to skin it, and we're good to go. So, step, angle the knife, work your hand up as you go. Go ahead and toss this. And there you have it. 2 perfectly boneless pike fillets ready to eat.